Why now is the time to start selling your business. Hi, I'm Josh Warren. I help business owners and attorneys with business valuation and building business value. It might seem crazy. We're looking at a pandemic, unemployment, recession, now riots. Now's the time to think about selling your business? Yes, I think it is. First off, it's helpful to remember something I always say to myself when things are rough, and that is, this too shall pass, and it will. So what looks very terrible now, or at least scary, it will change, it will get better, and while we may not go back to full normal, think about what your business looks like a year from now, 5 years from now, because it's going to take time. Now, if you are fortunate enough, and I have spoken to a few business owners that are fortunate enough to be actually thriving right now, that's great. However, I don't want you to rest on your laurels. I want you to actually use those additional cash flows to buy back your time. I want you to not just take the cash, hoard it, and not improve the business. Because remember, to improve the value of your business, you need to increase the cash flows and reduce the risk. And the best way to reduce the risk is to decrease the dependence of the business on you as the owner-manager. If things are going poorly, that's bad. However, use the additional time you should have to build the business up. Think about different ways you can attract new revenue sources, new cash flows, and how you can use your time most effectively in the business. Now, you have to be careful with debt and some of the things that are out there available, the new government programs, but I see this mostly as a positive if you are careful. If you're in a tough spot right now, taking advantage of the PPP and or the EIDL, some of the other programs, could help you get through this if you are careful and you're working with your advisors to make sure you're managing that debt load. If you don't need it, that's great too, but also know that because of the current economic environment we're in, that also means you have low interest rates. So if you're looking at potential buyers, if you're in a business that's doing really well right now, that's very attractive because those buyers can borrow at low interest rates right now, which can make deals potentially go faster and come together quicker because the buyer has a better ability to pay for the business. What else? Think about the current economic climate that we're in, unemployment, and try to put a positive spin on that from selling your business. A lot of people are going to be taking new stock of their lives, what's important to them. And I think actually that's going to create a situation where you may have buyers where you didn't have them before. Someone that was in a job or doing something that they didn't particularly love, and now they're out of work and they're taking stock of their lives, what they're going to do from here on. So this may be an opportunity for you to have a bigger buyer pool as a potential seller than you had before, particularly if you have time. It may make sense to bring someone in as an apprentice and work with them, bring them into the business so that you can eventually hand it off to them. So think about that. Because in the basic framework I think of in selling a business, there are typically three primary problems that you run into in this order. And the first is the seller waits too long. Because if that happens and they run out of energy, they can't deal with the next two, which are they don't have enough cash flow to actually be able to sell the business. The business isn't generating enough cash flow or any cash flow. And then finally, they can't find a buyer. So if you can solve your time issue, get ahead of this by taking advantage of this rough patch we're in and planning ahead, move up your cash flows, and start identifying buyers. Because as I said, I think now there are probably as many potential buyers as you're going to see just because the economy is having a downturn. That may decrease the number of industry buyers that you might see. Local buyers in your type of business may or may not. If your business is thriving, those may increase as well. But just, again, turn a negative into a positive here. I think there are a lot of positives that can come out of this if you're willing to plan ahead, get those processes nailed down, improve your cash flows, and get on that path to selling your business now as opposed to waiting down the road when you're out of gas, out of energy, out of time, and you're not where you want to be. So take advantage of this. I think now is a good time. This is Josh Horn, CPA of Horn Valuation. Have a great day. Bye.